Chelsea Football Club will make big moves for Frenkie de Jong, and they have contacted the player and Barcelona's side. This comes after confirmation from Matt Law that Chelsea believe Frenkie de Jong would join them over Manchester United. David Ornstein has also stepped in saying Chelsea want Fofana from Leicester and are in for de Jong. There is interest in Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang if he leaves Barcelona. It is stated that the new owners are trying to do everything they can to get a successful start to their new era. Now, it has been reported that Man United late last night would change interests away from Frenkie de Jong should they miss out, and could be in for Fabian Ruiz, a player of which many Manchester United fans were interested in. But there has already been a big twist in this. Now, I want your thoughts and I want your feelings on everything going on here. Chelsea massively in for Frenkie de Jong. Man United's options falling away with Sangare signing a new deal at PSV. Big news on Fabian Ruiz. This is becoming a problem for Manchester United. Now, Manchester United have been chasing de Jong for a long time. Now, Erik Ten Hag made it very clear, as per Rob Draper, made it very clear to Manchester United when he took the job that he needed Frenkie de Jong so that he could play the style that he wanted, that he believes that Frenkie de Jong is essentially one of the only midfield players in the world that is of the world-class level to make his system work to the very best of his abilities. And Man United have been chasing. Man United have been working on this deal all summer. Now, everyone's in different minds about this. And I'm not going to lie, mine kind of changes and fluctuates. And that's due to the way the club's been run over the years, the want and desire for my teams to do well. There's this big part of me that thinks, well, let's stay the course. Let's stick to our number one targets for the manager. But that falls down if another club's going to take him away from you. If Chelsea make this big move, and if Matt Law and Ornstein and Fabio and dozens of other reporters are to be believed, Chelsea Football Club will win that race. So then you can't believe in this, we only go for our number one targets notion, because the number one target is now gone. He's completely unavailable. So you have to move on to somebody else. Very late last night, I'd already mentioned James Robson here says that Fabian Ruiz is seen as a serious alternative if Erik Ten Hag can't land Frenkie de Jong this summer. We already knew and had an update a little while back from Fabrizio that said a new meeting happened yesterday and there's still no agreement between Fabian Ruiz and Napoli to extend the contract. Current deal expires in 2023. So suddenly there is this newfound feeling of, okay, a fairly cheap alternative, a player that everyone's been talking about and everybody wants. Some people actually want more than Frenkie de Jong. You think, okay, well, there's still options. There's still options. And then bang. This morning, Fabio Ruiz to Paris Saint-Germain is part of Luis Campos' secret plan. He has been working on Fabio Ruiz deal with the agents for weeks, and he wanted to anticipate top clubs' interest in him for next summer. The deal is set to complete. Here we go soon. So that is another option removed for Manchester United. On top of that, what we've also seen today is the news emerge and come out that Sangare has now signed a new deal at PSV. He is now also unavailable. So you have Youri Tielemans that wants Arsenal. And most credible people say if Man United even really sniff at that one, bang, Arsenal move in. Sangare has signed a new deal at PSV. Fabio Ruiz is joining Paris Saint-Germain. And Frenkie de Jong, big moves are being made to take him to Chelsea Football Club. What do Manchester United do now? Because it does appear that Erik Ten Hag's strategy is failing. Today's show is sponsored by Private Internet Access. And this is something I use on my personal computers, work computers, and on my devices. Whenever you're using an open network for internet, whether at a cafe, whether you're at the airport, shopping center, wherever that may be, you need to encrypt yourself and ensure that your personal data is being protected at all times. Private internet access is available all around the world. And as I've mentioned, you can use it on your smartphone, your smart TV, laptops, iMacs, whatever it is that you use. This also gives you the availability to access content worldwide. So when you're traveling, it doesn't matter if you want to use your Netflix, the iPlayer, YouTube, wherever you are in the world, the VPN via private internet access gives you the ability to do so. Now, what the Football Terrace can do for you is give you an 82% discount on this product, plus 3 months free. All you need to do is click on the link in the description or scan the QR code on your screen during this video to sign up now. Now, this just leaves Man United in a very, very difficult position. This leaves Manchester United in a very interesting one. It's now very much all in for Frenkie de Jong and nothing, or you move away and you buy somebody else. There's essentially, in terms of names that we know of, names that we believe will really be able to improve our midfield, you've got Ruben Neves seemingly still available, but Wolves want 60 to 70 million pounds. There is still the outside chance of Youri Tielemans. Are Arsenal truly 100% interested in him? Is the cooling of the interest to focus on outgoings and other players, and they're going to come back in for him in these last 3 weeks of the window? Has that always been the case, or is there a little bit of a fugazi in there, and they've maybe just called their interests organically on the player? I'm not too sure right now. But when you start to read the reports here, and Ornstein's is the most telling, when you hear that the new owners are trying everything they can do and to be successful at Stamford Bridge and get the new era off to a positive start, followed by Fabrizio's words that Chelsea are ready to go big for Frenkie de Jong, and they've had contact with the player. They'll put a proposal in if they get the green light from Frenkie. Now, the irony in this is that Frenkie still isn't given the green light because at this moment in time, although some reports have said that Chelsea and Man United are willing to pay the deferred wages, there has been no official offer to Frenkie de Jong from either club offering to cover that £17 million additional from what they're willing to pay him. Frenkie de Jong is still in a position where he wants that money. He is not ready to or willing at this moment in time to take a pay cut from Barcelona. So therefore hasn't given the green light to anybody to move on. But the word is that if he gets that money in one way, shape, or form, it doesn't matter whether it's from Chelsea, from Barca, from an investor, Barca find him a sponsor that gives him, I don't care. However he gets it, if he gets that money, it's believed that he would give the green light to move on. The problem you have from that point is very, very simple. Chelsea are leading that race. What do Manchester United do from this point? That's the question for you this morning, because although people said to me, oh, but you said a few months ago not to panic. Well, a couple of months ago, there was no reason to panic. There was no reason to. And I'm not even necessarily panicking now. I'm asking what should be done, because I feel like the options for midfield are shrinking. Is this a case of buy no one, don't panic, and wait, draw up a list of new targets and look again in January, look again next summer? Do Man United have to go out and buy somebody irrespective, even if they're a third or a fourth choice? Do you pay over the odds for a Ruben Neves, as an example? What do you think Manchester United should do? There have been so many options that have gone elsewhere this summer. Kamara going to Villa as a prime example. We saw a number of new midfielders in the Premier League yesterday. Basuma, of course, going to Spurs for a menial fee of £25 million. Why didn't Man United do anything in that regard? You've got the João, I think his name is pronounced Paulinho, yesterday. A very talented Portuguese player making his debut and looking sensational. Now, there have been players available this summer, and Manchester United have not made an adequate move for them. There's clearly 70 to 80 million pounds in the transfer coffers. Is it time to stay the course? Do you have faith that the Man United board and Erik ten Hag can land the player in front of Chelsea, first of all, do enough to get him out of Barca, secondly, to fight off Chelsea? Or is it time, in your opinion, to down those tools, change direction, and go and buy another midfielder or two? There are deals to be done still in this market, away from midfield. As it stands right now, the price of Xisco and Gakpo, who have both been linked to Manchester United, is the exact same price that Ajax want for Anthony. So there are options out there, and I'm sure the same could be done for midfield. But it's becoming a very worrying time for Man United in their window now, as their number one target still isn't in, and backup options that have been linked to the club are signing new deals and moving elsewhere. The market is getting to a point where Man United either have to walk away, or they will be forced into paying those deferred wages. They will be forced into maybe even paying Barcelona even more money, so that Chelsea's bid is potentially rejected. That's what's happening now. The secondary options are moving away. But I want your thoughts and I want your feelings, people. Leave your comments below. Make sure you check out private internet access. Scan that QR code on the screen or click on the link in the description below. Take care. Goodbye. God bless. And I'll see you.